Hello everyone and welcome back to a Gran Turismo time trial guide. Yes, we're in a Corvette, look at that. It's an old school Corvette and we're at Timetrial Seaside if you haven't already guessed in the background. There's the information for you. Sports hard tires. I put this as hard because it has no brakes. It's old school American muscle car. Of course it has no brakes. Gold estimate around the 156.0 you're going to need. If you can get in the 55s, I think you should be safe there, but there's lots of time to be had here in terms of the top times, so it could improve even more. If you do enjoy this video, as always, give it a like and do subscribe to the channel. Stay in touch with all the latest content. We are so close to 100k now. Honestly, I appreciate all the support. I really do. Now, let me support you in terms of a lap guide. So we're going to head towards turn number 1 then. You can rev this car quite high, turn it into here. But remember, it doesn't have a lot of brakes. We're braking very early here. On the left-hand side, we've got the black and orange tyre wall. Literally, the end of that is your brake marker. You want to brake in a straight line now, all the way towards the corner, okay? If you start remotely turning, the rear is going to get sketchy and you'll start sliding. So brake in a straight line, and as you get closer towards the corner, release. Now, I got a lot of the inside here. Just be careful when you do that, and I short shift to third gear through here. You may suffer some understeer if you do short shift too early in third gear, so just keep that in mind as you continue on out. We're going to head towards the right-hander here. You just lift a little bit, and you can go on the inside. If you want to avoid the curb, please do, because it can cause you to bounce all over the place. As we go to this braking zone then, the sand into the grass there is your brake marker on the left-hand side. You can't use the later one, but I've just pointed that out in terms of where the grass is, so use that as a brake marker. Once again, brake in a straight line, okay? And as you release then, start to turn in our trail brake in here and get on the throttle really early. That's critical in this car. Second gear, it won't wheel spin that much, and that's where you can gain a lot of time. We're going to head towards the S's then. This is where it gets a little bit difficult, okay? On the right side, we have the orange painted barrier. Brake just before you get to that, okay? And stay in fourth gear for a little bit as you start to turn into the corner. My goal here is to aim for 90 miles an hour. I'm always going to drop underneath it because you can't actually do it at 90, but that's my aim. I dropped to third gear here, and I want to clip the inside. So I maintained 87 there. That's not too bad. As I go into here, I short shift to fourth gear. Now, that curb can bounce you all over the place. As you go through the left-hander, you may want to lift a little bit. You notice I lifted a little bit there, and we're going to continue on. The S's can be very difficult with the way the car bounces. The slight lifts there are going to help you, so just keep that in mind. Lifting there is all good. We head down towards Cruise Corner then, and on the left-hand side there, just before the curb even starts, so it's where the red paint is there, that is your brake marker for Cruise Corner. Brake in a straight line, once again, you have to brake in a straight line. Now, when you're on the brakes here, because you're going downhill, it could get a little bit sketchy, so just keep that in mind. I felt it more on the pad. Early on the throttle. Remember, second gear, very stable in this car. You can just really boost out of the corner as we head into the famous chicane then. So in towards the right, be careful about hitting the barrier, in towards the left, and lift off very early here. And you can actually roll all the way through this corner and still get gold. Obviously, I'm being aggressive there, so I'm on the throttle very early. But you can just roll through the corner and you will make it. So do take your time and be patient there. We're going to head towards the final corner then, and what we're looking for is the 150 board or the orange painted barrier on the right hand side. Either of these brake markers work well, and as they hit the edge of your screen, that's when you're going to hit the brakes. It's going to be a second gear corner. Do what you did at Cruise Corner and the it's Cruise Corner, where you just delay the gear a little bit as you go into it and then shift down. But here we're in second gear then as we leave the corner. Really rev the car on exit, and as you come up here, go towards the left hand side, cut the inside there, and you should be fine. So it wasn't Cruise Corner, it was the left into the S's. That was the corner I was trying to remember. We'll talk about that again here as we go into the pad lap then. So I did this on a pad. Didn't take me too long at all on a pad because I've got used to it on a wheel. Gonna head in towards turn 1. Left hand side, the barrier ends there, the orange black and barrier. On the brake, second gear, we're going to come into the corner. We start accelerating as quick as we can here. Over towards the right, third gear there, short shift as well. The second gear, if you can stay it a bit longer, it will rotate the car a little bit through that corner as we continue towards this right-hander. Remember, lift off, turn in here, and make sure you cut all the inside if you're going to cut it. Otherwise, avoid hitting the curb at all. Hard on the brakes as the grass appears next to the curb, and then quickly on the throttle on the exit. We're going to continue on out of there. This is a 0.1. It's very similar to the wheel time, actually. You can get 0.9s and 0.8s on the wheel. But we continue on the right side here. Orange painted barrier on the brakes. Delay the gear change. There we go. Look how balanced the car is as we continue on through. Over towards the right side. Short shift to fourth gear. Notice I don't use the curb this time, and I still make it round absolutely fine. So just keep that in mind when you're doing this. You don't necessarily have to abuse the inside of the S's to get round, but you can do if you really want to try and maximize the time. Cruise Corner, red paint there on the left-hand side, hard on the brakes here. down towards second gear. Very delayed gear changes there as we go through here. Early on the throttle. We can do this. It's very stable second gear. And there we go. You may suffer a tiny bit of wheel spin, but nothing insane as we head in towards the chicane. So as I say, you can just lift off here, let the car roll. It's quite difficult on the pad to do this one, to be honest with you. Notice there, I'm quickly on the throttle each and every time, but I still make it through. Absolutely fine, not a problem here as we head towards the final corner. Remember, the 2 brake markers you can use here, the 150 board or the orange painted barrier on the right, either of these. Hard on the brakes again, delayed gear changes down. We don't have to use engine braking here, which doesn't actually work anymore anyway, for those that are wondering. We continue on out of here and we head towards the line. The tire temps on the left-hand side, I get lots of questions. It's an app, I can't use it as I play. It's on my other screen and it's just in the recording. Right, 54.1 there. You can follow the pad lap ghost if you want to. We're on chase cam now. ABS is on default. You can see that with the graphic there. So orange and black barrier as it ends on the left-hand side. Hit the brakes. Drop to second gear as we go through here. So we're in second gear, over towards the right, then short shift to third gear as we continue on out. Just be careful of understeer. And we continue towards this fast right-hander. To this one, again, avoid hitting the curb if you're struggling with it. If you can cut it and avoid it, there we go. Like happy days. At the start of the grass there, as it touches the curb, is our brake marker. Early on the throttle here. Lots of time to be gained by just getting on the throttle very early there, okay? One thing to really try and approach if you're really trying to get that goal time is to do that. Orange painted barrier on the right side. There we go. Onto the brakes. Delayed as we go down in terms of the gear change. Actually better to delay even more than I did there. Over towards the right, the S's can be a bit dangerous. You're going to have to be careful of those bounces as we go over towards the left-hand side then. And now we can start to breathe as we head towards cruise corner. At cruise corner, the red painted barrier. Sorry, not red paint, right? Red paint on the left-hand side. There it is. It's not on the barrier. We're going to go on the brakes. Delayed gear changes as we go down here. Clip the inside early on the throttle. Look how early we get on that. Literally, we touch the curb, on the throttle we go to really maximize our speed as we continue on then towards the chicane. In towards the right, trying to avoid hitting the barrier. I did that on a couple of laps. That was embarrassing, should we say. And lift off there, let the car go through the corner and just trying to avoid the barrier there. Obviously, you're going to die at least once in the chicane. It's one of those things. Enjoy it and then try and do it right next time. Final corner then, 150. All the red painted or orange painted barrier on the right hand side. In we go. Delayed gear change as we go down here. Get it rotated. Early on the throttle again. And you notice that I wasn't on 100% throttle either for quite a while. And that's just to maintain some speed through the corner. We head towards the line. Don't invalidate your lap by cutting that too much. I did that once. That was funny. But we get towards the line. That's a 153.5. I can get a 152.9. That's my optimum right now. I just haven't done it yet. And I actually spent a bit longer trying to do it and failed. But that is going to be it for this time trial as we go drifting through the S's there on TV camera. Key things here, early braking, let the car roll where it needs to roll, and second gear can be abused there. It just accelerates and goes like the clappers in second gear. That's going to be it for this video. You need to head like the clappers to that like button and subscribe button. Please do it now. I appreciate all the support, and hopefully you've enjoyed the video if you've watched it this far. 2 videos there to check out, including last week's time trial. Partners there, and you can check them down in the description as well. Thank you as always for watching, and I hope to see you in another video or live stream again very soon.